Okay, guys, I wanted to show you something. I've been thinking about a conversation that I had with Mr. Law, Mr. G Law, and we were talking about this guy here and putting coils around it like this. And he had mentioned something about the magnetic field and that it probably wouldn't work as well as doing something else. I forgot exactly what it was, but it had me thinking. And by the way, I love all the interactions and the comments that I get from the few people, like from Tellboy and Spaceman, and of course Mr. Law, because it really gets me thinking about the way I'm building these things. And so I decided that in order to increase the energy output from pickup coils, instead of going around the straight, um, the straight barrel magnets or cylinder magnets like this one here, this one's a smaller one. I have another one. I have several of them that are 7/8 by 7/8. I think this is 7/8 by 3/4. Anyway, instead of trying to deal with it this way, I thought about building a rotor where the magnetic poles are straight up and down, right? So let me put this back over here. Ouch, damn, them things are hard. So I designed something like this. So I designed this on Fusion 360 and printed it out. And I love this new filament, by the way. It's really cool. But anyway, I left a space here so I wouldn't have to print out as much filament. And I made it, as you can see, having these indents here. And then I printed out magnet holders. And so these would go on here like this. One would go there. And then the next one would go there like that. Okay. And of course, it would be screwed in. I got these brass screws and I went old school. I got the slot head or fixed head or straight head. And it would go on like this. Here, let me. Of course, trying to do this with a drill is kind of crazy, but anyway, goes like that, right? So let me, and then the magnet, and then I would put captive nuts on the end here, and the magnet would go inside like this. And then this would sit on the VCR bearing. And then I'm going to build coils that are going to be on a platform that'll sit above it and below it. And of course, it'll be north, south on both sides, although I don't think it really matters. But yeah, I wanted to go this route, and it was because of that conversation that we had. I mean, he did make a follow-up video for me showing me how I could create a U-shaped coil. But in thinking about that, and in thinking of what I was wanting and trying to do, it didn't make sense. This seemed to be a better idea and actually a little bit more fun because then I get to create and print out new stuff. Right now I'm printing out the other ones, the other magnet holders, and then I'll print out the captive bottom, which gets attached to this, and then this goes on the VCR bearing. I made the captive plate a little bit bigger. I made it so that that I extended this guy here. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I still have not given up on that guy or any of these guys. like my maglev, which is really cool. I love that thing. And then, of course, that guy that I just did. And this guy right here, which is crazy, the speed I got with that thing. And this was something I just threw together. I didn't even mean it to be like this. Anyway, this one is going to be particularly meant for creating more output energy. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I was thinking about, what I'm doing. And once I get everything printed out, and I'll kind of put it together, and we'll see how it works. All right? Ciao. And really quick, just to clarify, these magnets that I have are actually 7/8 in diameter, but they're 1 inch long. So they're inch-long magnets. And these, I know for a fact, are N52s. So they're really strong. I've got to be really careful with them. But these are the ones that are going to sit in here. And now that I've put it up next to it, I might have to redesign. No, I think it'll be all right. Yeah, because I actually thought they were going to be longer. I might have to shave this. Oh, sorry. I might have to shave this down or redesign it. Although I think, oops, sorry. I think it'll fit. I think it'll be just big enough. It might be a little small for it to sit in there. Did not think about that. I thought these were, all right. It's still, I mean, that's no big deal. That's an easy fix. All right, ciao. Okay, so I got it in there temporarily. And I wanted it to protrude, but I think this will work just fine. I was going to try to turn these around so that they're facing each other. If you know what I mean, it pushes out on one side and flat on the other. But I made this too long, so I could shave this down and do it, and I may do that, but I think this will work just fine. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. The red denotes north. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you that really quick. I had put it together, and I did try putting it together with the magnet holders facing each other with the long end. And it's maybe about a 1/16 of an inch or a couple of millimeters too long, which I could very easily shave that off because I printed these with 50% infill, which when something this small is practically solid. Anyway, cool. All right, guys, this is where I'm at. And so let me get down like this so you can see it's kind of well balanced. I'm using a older VCR bearing. And if you notice here, I have a cap. I printed out a cap, which I'm going to do for both sides. Kind of hold it in. And what I think I'm going to do is the cap itself will also have a lip that'll go around the edge. And I think I'll just glue that on because I think this is going to stay like it is. And so this was an old rig I had set up. I don't know if you guys remember. I had the one that was vertical. But yeah, so then I'll have coils underneath there and then coils on the top. So I have it north, south, north, south, north, south, yada, yada, yada. So now I don't know if I'm going to put a lip on that or keep it like that. I think I kind of like it just like that. I don't know. I'll try a couple of them. Anyway, now I have to work on a base for this guy. I've got it pretty much set up like this. I can use this. Maybe secure it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm either going to print out a base or I'm just going to make one out of acrylic. I have a lot of this acrylic sitting around. And those were the 4 1-inch magnets. The ones I have in here are 7/8 by 7/8, I believe, or 7/8 by 3/4. Anyway, you can see I've got the brass screws, but I chose to use lock nuts. And they don't have any in brass. At least I couldn't find any. So I don't think it's going to mess with it too much. I mean, they're magnetic, but hey. All right, let me work on the base. And I'm going to try and get this thing going this weekend. So as you guys know, well, some of you know, I'm a little impatient. So I made a base, and using Sky Collections coil, I'm going to see if this thing will actually work as a proof of concept. So let's turn it on. 10 volts. And it's working good. Of course, I'm going to shut it down because nothing is mounted properly. But it works good, and then I can put pickup coils around the bottom and on the top. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that, some kind of rig. Works nice, really nice and quiet, and that's at 10 volts. Let's pop it up to 12. There's 12.2 volts. This is not tuned or anything, and of course it's not, here, let me bring you guys down here. Oops. Yeah, that's looking good. Oops, I think I stopped recording. I don't know if you guys got all that. Dagnabbit. So I was saying the reason why I'm building this is so I can power one of these with it. And I was saying, I don't know if I got cut off, that basically these guys can power this little guy because this guy only needs a couple of volts because it uses that special Hall sensor, the one with the 4 prongs. It has a built-in coil tripping transistor type circuit built within the Hall sensor. It's a really weird one. But this one here, if I build the coils right, it's got a little breeze coming off. If I build the coils right, I should be able to power any one of these guys off of this. We will see, though. I don't know how much that got recorded. I just noticed that it wasn't recording when I was yapping away. But you guys get the picture. This is not mounted down to anything, so and it's not tuned, so I'm not going to push it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys a little proof of concept that this thing's working really well. And these are with the magnets going vertical, not horizontal the way that guy is. And I think because of this, I can get more output voltage by double stacking the coils. Anyway, ciao.